This week on Florida's 4th Estate, a metal detector on the beach leads to a bombshell discovery. Totally would have picked it up and taken
yeah.
Look at what I found!
Exactly.
Hey!
Selfies with it. It's like
And I'm dead. Plus, the ultimate college vending machine. You put money in, it spits out a freshly baked pizza.
It's frozen, but when you pick what you want, it somehow miraculously heats it all up and then ships it on out to the front and you can get it.
Our guest this week, Brandon Fisher with Gatorland, gives us the lowdown on Florida wildlife and also gives Ginger a heart attack.
Can I touch him?
Yeah, go ahead. Anywhere you want to pet him.
Oh.
Just like right now. Just joking.
Hello and welcome to another wild edition of Florida's 4th Estate. We're so glad to have you with us today. My name is Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Happy 2020.
Yeah, 2020 is here. It has been here for a little bit. We're getting accustomed to it. And, you know, Christmas isn't here anymore, but we basically got a big, brawny Santa Claus with a sack who walked in today.
Whoa.
His sack was filled with an alligator, not toys or gifts.
It's for if you are on the naughty list.
You get this in your stocking.
Yeah.
It's better than coal.
That it is. We've got Brandon Fisher with Gatorland with us today, and he's going to take us through a little Florida wildlife. We've got some friends in low places today who are going to join us.
My friends don't look like that.
I'm excited for you to meet them.
I know you are.
They are very cool.
They're going to be very nice friends.
Okay, good.
Trust me.
Okay.
Very nice friends.
All right.
Brandon knows what he's doing. He's an expert on all this stuff. And
Yeah, he wouldn't bring anything that could kill us.
No.
I mean, not knowing.
well, it could kill us,
Yeah,
but
it
it
just
won't kill
won't.
us.
It's only my second day on the job, so we're good.
Let's see how this goes.
Just the kind of guy we were looking for. All right, Brandon, before we get into our interview, though, we want to get started with some of our crazy Florida stories this week. And there certainly was a crazy one. So there's a guy, he's got his metal detector out on the beach, you know, gets the little beep, 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 beep. Oh, I found something, right? So he's excited. He starts digging it up. And if you see the picture there, that's a landmine.
Oh,
he starts to pick it up. He realizes...
No.
It was a real bombshell discovery at the beach.
Wow.
It was an old landmine, and this is in Indian River County. The sheriff's office tweeted these pictures of the potentially explosive device. They say it was found near Vero Beach. Deputies say members of Patrick Air Force Base were called into the scene to investigate. But that is a very good place to find treasure. Usually you can find some old coins. You might, you know, get an old dish or something from a ship. They're finding a landmine. I have no idea how it got there.
I'm so glad it was an adult, not a kid with a little, you know, because the kids,
Can you
they would
imagine?
just pick it right up. So that's
Yeah.
just a cautionary tale. Be careful what you find.
Definitely
on the
not the
beach.
treasure I'd want to find.
No.
Not at all.
Me
Not at
neither,
all.
but I totally would have picked it up and taken
yeah.
Look at what I found!
Exactly.
Hey!
Selfies with it. It's like,
And I'm dead. So that's why I don't do metal detector.
yeah, exactly. Okay. So our next story, you know, I struggled with the freshman 15 in college, right? You know, it's a typical thing that happens. You go to college.
Don't say right. I'm not going to agree with this at all.
Oh, well, I'm talking about
Look at
myself. I mean, we all.
I know.
Okay, so a lot of people struggle with the freshman 15, but there is something on the University of North Florida's campus which will probably help students struggle with the freshman 100. It's a pizza ATM, basically. It's a vending machine, and you can just press it, and you get a slice of pizza, custom made.
Is it baked in there?
It's okay. It's frozen. There's a picture of it right there. It's frozen, but when you pick what you want, it somehow miraculously heats it all up and then ships it on out to the front, and you can get it. And I don't understand how it works.
Genius idea.
Is it? Is it though? How fresh is that pizza?
Well, it's frozen.
Well,
You know, so,
we've already
I mean,
established
yes,
it's not
yes,
fresh.
no, I
would
get
hope
that.
That's fresh.
I don't know. I don't know.
But how lazy of a society have we gotten? Like, you can't pull the little Celeste. Did you ever eat those little Celeste pizzas, those frozen pizzas, or Tombstone or something?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those little, had the little old lady
Yeah,
on it. That was
yeah.
my favorite as a youngster.
Oh, my gosh.
Pop it in the oven. We can't even, you know.
Well, according to the company, the pizza base is pre-cooked, toppings are added, and then it's boxed up and placed in a refrigerated compartment. And once a customer buys it, it's moved to the convection oven part of it, and it's ready in just minutes. The university says it's the only campus, it's the only one on campus, and it offers some tasty options. I don't know if I would go. It's like the vending machine here. Like if there's an egg sandwich in it or something with egg
Oh
product.
yeah, I'm not doing an egg.
No, you're not doing. But you don't.
But a pizza. I mean, I'll eat a pizza that's like 4 days old.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I don't even heat it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
College students are going to eat it probably after a week and a half.
For sure. Oh,
Yeah, I mean that's when it's
Pizza.
good, right?
It's
That's when it's
Sweet.
good. Yeah, it's
You
like,
remember that pizza from last month? It's still in here, dude.
Oh, it's still good. That's crazy, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that would work on my campus.
I don't think it would work in the newsroom, but it would work on a college campus.
And it
for
will.
sure.
It will.
They'll make $1 million.
Yeah.
Now it is time for this week's Floridiot of the Week. Roll it, Derek.
And now, your Floridiot of the Week.
You know, when the cops are after you, it's never a good idea to taunt them. You know, I'd say, like, if the cops are wanting me, take a look at this guy right here.
Oh, he looks like a bad dude.
So they posted, the investigators are having the last laugh. I'm just going to throw it out there. In August, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office featured Stephen Young on their Fugitive Friday bingo. It's something they do to kind of
yeah. It's
like,
fun.
hey, look at this guy we're going to arrest. Deputies say Young responded to the post with that graphic of The Simpsons you see there, saying, Waldo, where are you? Which isn't even that funny. I think he should be arrested for not being that funny.
Okay, that's the real crime.
Investigators urged Young to turn himself in. He did not. So they ended up finding him. Where are you going to go if you're a fugitive on the run? You can go to your mom's house. Yep. Right?
Oh, that's sad. That makes me sad for him.
Makes me sad for his mom. She was up in Washington, D.C. She had agents beating down her door.
Oh, man.
Now our friend with the affinity for The Simpsons is back in the state of Florida.
Yeah, he was not funny at all. Just let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah.
They are going to get you. If they have a bingo game with your face on it,
You don't want to taunt them.
No, you don't.
You certainly
They're
don't wanna
already
be
on your case.
Rubbing it on.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
They might forget about you if you're not taunting them.
Yeah, whatever. No. Anywho.
All right, so let's get to the fun here. We've got Brandon Fisher with Gatorland.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no
problem.
This is great, and I've been excited to have you because there's a lot of wildlife in Florida. I see a lot on Facebook. Yep. Everybody is pulling out. They find a snake, like a black racer or a worm, and they post it on the neighborhood Facebook page. And they're like, is this thing going to kill me? Is it venomous?
Yep.
And everybody's like, dude, it's a black racer. Calm down. Okay. You know, so
They're good for you.
So we're going to do a little education today.
Yeah.
On the wildlife.
A little show and tell, too.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Very little.
Don't you freak out.
I'm not. Why do you think I'm going to freak out?
I don't know.
I mean, I brought live rats because I was expecting some guests.
We asked him when we were sitting down. Ginger asked him, "Is there anything I could be wearing that could maybe get this thing to
like,
attack
my
me?"
Coffee.
He's like, "Did you rub a rat all over yourself?" We're like, well,
I dialed it down.
Ginger
today.
is into some weird stuff. So what should we start with? Should we start with what'd you bring? What'd you bring us?
So I got a 3-foot alligator and a reticulated python, which is about 3.5, 4 feet long. He's young.
I'm going to go with alligator.
Yeah, you want to start with the alligator?
I mean, we're gonna see both, Ginger.
Yeah, we're gonna see both.
I want to start soft.
Let's bring him out. Yeah. And we can talk a little bit about him. I mean,
that's what
Florida-
we're known for.
Definitely, and there's gators everywhere in the state of
How
Florida.
are you
Yeah.
just sticking your arm in there without looking?
Yeah,
at
he's not
anything?
even.
Good.
Pay attention.
Right here.
Oh, okay. He's got a little.
Oh,
tape
he's
on.
a baby.
Oh, look at that sweet
hi.
thing.
Hi, buddy.
So this
All
is
right.
Jameson.
Hi,
Jameson.
Jameson.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So
my
he's
God.
about
Beautiful.
He's a 3-foot alligator, about 3 years old.
Can I touch him?
Yeah, go ahead. Anywhere you want to pet him.
Oh.
Just not right now. Just joking. Just joking.
I like you,
That's
Brandon.
the worst.
I like you.
You are terrible.
Just
Go ahead.
there.
Anywhere you
Hi,
want
buddy.
to. He's very soft.
Oh,
so
my gosh.
you're going to touch him on top, and all those bumps there are bone
Yeah.
plates. That's his armor. They
Yeah.
serve as solar panels as well because they're cold-blooded, so they need heat to move
my
around and do
goodness.
stuff. And the sides and belly really soft, and they're
He's
going to be that way.
cold.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little cool. Or inside, so he's cold-blooded. But these guys are awesome. I mean, they've been around for 37 million years, and all that's changed. They've gotten smaller.
Yeah.
Of course, here in Florida, we have the biggest population. They estimate about 1.5 million to 2 million alligators in the state of Florida.
And that now, when you say stuff like that, it freaks people out. But the fact is, when we have a good, healthy gator population, that means our wildlife population's doing well normally, right?
Definitely,
Oh,
yeah. So these guys, especially down south in the Everglades, when we get that dry season and everything's drying up, these guys will dig down into, some mud, a little mud puddle or something like that, and they wall it out and they make it bigger, and eventually it fills up water, and now you got water source for other animals. Other animals move in. Now you got food source for other animals as well. Plus the alligators. So they're very, very good for the environment. And the biggest problem, that we have here in the state is other animals that don't belong here are moving in and wreaking havoc on these guys as well. So
now I think you answered this earlier and I missed it. He's a little fella. How big will he eventually get?
So eventually he'll grow to be about 12 to 14 feet long. That's average size for males. Females are about 7 to 9 feet. Biggest one ever found, 19 feet 2 inches. And that was found in Louisiana in the late 1800s.
19.2?
Yeah.
And that was an alligator, not a crocodile.
That was an alligator,
Oh my gosh.
I believe the state record in Florida is 14 foot 6 inches, and that was caught, I want to say maybe 7 or 8 years ago.
How long does something have to live to grow to be 19 feet long?
I mean, who knows? I think what they said, because it was a long time ago, 1800s, no records, things like that.
Gosh.
So I mean, they can live about 50 to 80 years.
Yeah.
That's average lifespan for them. There's reports of them living to be over 100 years of age. One of our oldest at Gatorland, 70 years old. He's been around since the park opened.
Yeah.
Is he huge? Well, who's the biggest, baddest gator? Who's the gator you're afraid of at Gatorland? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm really afraid of every single one. Healthy fear of every single one.
Exactly.
I got to. I make a mistake handling. They want to capitalize. They're going to.
Exactly.
But our biggest alligator, there's some debate. We have two. Chester, who's really famous. He's a big one on display. He's 13 feet 7 inches, about 1,000 pounds. Buddy, who lives in the Breed Marsh, my favorite alligator.
Buddy
I do a lot of work
friendly.
with him. 13 feet 8 inches and about 1,200 pounds. So they're close in size.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of debate.
Why is Buddy your favorite?
Because I do a lot of work with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do stuff for our
You guys are
YouTube
boys. You play
videos and
poker and stuff.
And his name is Buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Like Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not quite.
Oh,
Until
my
you eat your arm
gosh.
off.
Yeah.
So here's what I've always wanted to know, okay? You're swimming in the springs, because we do these stories all the
Yeah.
time. Big Buddy. You all of a sudden look over, you see Buddy swimming at you, 13 feet, 1,000,000 inches.
Yep.
And is there something you can do to keep him from ending your life?
Yep. Just push the person you're with in the way and then get away. No.
Hey, Ginger, do you want to go to the
Oh, my
springs?
God. Oh, you assume I'm not going to be the one doing the pushing.
No, I mean, honestly, alligators, their main diet in the wild, turtles, fish, and birds. Small things, little things. So for a person, we're way too big for them. They don't see us as food. Swimming, though, you're going to have your head above the water. That looks kind of small.
Yeah.
Your biggest thing is to make yourself look bigger than what it is. Get away as quickly as you can. I know swimming's difficult, especially with these guys because they swim quicker than they run. So on land, you probably have a better advantage. In the water, these guys have the advantage.
But if you're on something like a paddle board, because people do that on the lakes too, and these guys are in there, they probably won't see you as a threat there because you're vertical and you look ginormous to them.
Yeah, pretty much. Really the only time we have problems with these guys is, when we get into breeding season or nesting season with the females. Because their hormone, he's just wiggling everywhere right now.
He wants to come see Matt, doesn't he?
But these guys, their hormones, testosterone, all that's kind of out of whack, and they're protective very much so. You can see how strong he is.
He is, and
He's
he's
just
not
one
that big.
muscle.
Yeah.
Yep, 90% muscle there.
I mean,
So
it just seems like
like
more
me.
now we're seeing them on doorbell cams.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one that climbed a fence not long ago.
Yeah, was
I'm
that
like, are
real?
they-
it was real.
That could happen.
Yeah, I've personally seen it happen out in the wild, definitely. So
They're evolving.
they don't technically know the technique of climbing. So let's say they come up to a chain link fence. What they do is they kind of look for a weak point in the fence, so they'll walk it back and forth, maybe just try and climb underneath. But then all they got to do, and you can see it when I show you here, they kind of just lift their body up against that fence and they use that tail.
Now you got
to kinda
Godzilla
move.
right there.
And then those feet, they have no grip
Yeah.
in their toes or nothing like that, but they'll hang on and they just kind of move and get over.
Yeah,
the fence.
I saw it.
That's
We
bananas.
saw it.
I saw that
know.
online. I was like, that's fake.
That's-
There's
nope,
no
that's
way
real.
alligators are
That
climbing
is real.
fences. We're all
But
dead.
he's
real
sitting there problem solving how to get on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, eventually they're learning it. Not the smartest animals in the world.
Yeah,
Brain's
but-
about the size of a walnut, but they learn over time. There's a reason they've been here for millions of years.
Yeah, exactly.
They are a cool animal.
They
and
really are.
I love the fact that they're in Florida. But okay, so maybe we should get out the python. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, let's do it.
This thing's
I'm
beautiful.
not scared.
It's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm good. So Matt's going to do the rest of this solo.
You aren't going anywhere. You're going to stay with me.
I've held a snake before. I just,
This one's not that big, but it is very cool. I've never seen a snake with this kind of color.
The Bible has taught me to fear snakes, and I don't know why that is. It's just, I just don't, I'm not a fan.
So, and if you're just listening to this podcast, we got to describe the snake. So that was about a little 3-foot guy, little baby.
Yep.
And he was kind of chill.
Yeah.
But this, we got another 3-footer.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this one is going to look like cookies and cream.
Okay.
Okay, that's the head right there.
That is the business end of that snake.
All right. I like the tail part.
This guy's name is Casper.
Oh, I know why.
Exactly.
Hi, Casper.
Yeah, so he's what's known as a reticulated python.
Oh, he's fast. He's uncomfortably
He's
fast.
curious.
So they're arboreal, so he likes to climb and move around a lot. And you see him sticking out his tongue there. He's
I do.
sensing. That's how he can taste the air and see what's going on, and he's figuring out where he is.
his little split
and he just really wants to kind of climb around and do that, and that's what he's doing right now.
Good, he's climbing you. That's good.
Yep. So what's really cool about this guy, these guys are considered the largest species of snake in the world. These guys can get up to over 30 feet long. They come from Southeast Asia.
30 feet?
30 feet, yep.
Wow.
Yep. And they're not typically the snake that we have a problem with here in Florida. That's called the Burmese python. Yeah, he's going to climb up on the headphones. We're just going to let him go.
I'm so glad I'm not you right now. You look like Medusa.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Oh, jeez.
No,
That's just what he does. It's so cool. Is he good?
Yeah,
He's good right
he's
there.
good. Yeah.
He's super happy.
So, not
Listen,
the Burmese python that we have the problem with down in South Florida, but similar to the same snake.
Sure.
All right, and they have a worry about these guys being out in the wild in the Everglades. A lot of crazy critters get brought here into Florida, especially through Miami-Dade County, through the airport, through the ship ports. People love exotic pets, and it's a huge industry, especially in the state of Florida. So over the last 15, 20 years, a lot of laws, regulations have changed on the exotic pet trade, what you can have, what you can't have, what permits and things like that you have.
He's really
and
trying to
here in
get
Florida,
there.
we have 55 species of snake, and only 6 of them are venomous. This guy's not venomous, but he's got teeth. All snakes have teeth, and they bite, and that's what they do.
He's 30 feet. I bet he could kill any one of us at this table, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if he's put the squeeze around you, they're constrictors, so they bite first, then squeeze, and that's their main defense is squeezing.
Yeah,
Just
so,
trying to get
I
it
mean,
to
but...
I'm impressed. He is trying to get into the lights right now.
Yeah, please don't
That
let
is
him.
amazing.
And just,
He's
he
just crawling
seems
up
to
with
like you a lot. That's,
definitely.
That's good.
And they're not all this nice. This is...
So this species particularly is very temperamental.
Do you have a safety word?
Safety word?
What, I mean, what do we need to know in case that thing starts squeezing you?
Just run.
What is your safe word?
Just scream and run.
Oh, my
It's like the
gosh.
movies.
Okay.
No. He's not going to squeeze. So as long as I'm not hurting him, I don't
Yeah.
smell like his food, there's no reason. All he's trying to do is stay warm around me, move around, kind of climb up like he's doing there, get high.
Yeah.
That's what they like to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not a guy to worry about really in the wild. I mean, he could bite you, but you're not going to die from that bite.
No, like I said, what they do is they bite first. That's how they hold on, and then they put the squeeze on. They're constrictors. So if you are food, if you are prey, they're going to squeeze. No, I'm joking. They're going to squeeze a little bit there, and you know.
He's a hairdresser.
Definitely, yeah. He's messing it up today, but they're really cool, and snakes are good to have around. They help keep rodents away and stuff.
Sure.
But most people don't have too many issues running into a snake. You're not going to necessarily, die or anything else like that, by running into a snake. But there's fears.
Sure.
You talked about it as well, and the Bible telling you the fear of snakes and all that
Of
stuff,
course,
and the
of
movies
course,
and the way
yes.
that it goes. So,
Yeah.
really neat.
It's licking your ear right now.
Yeah, right now there are too many snakes at this table.
Yes. In the mouth. So every day on Facebook in my neighborhood, people are posting pictures. I saw this snake and it's poisonous.
Yep.
What's the key to knowing like what actually is like a coral snake? I know there's a weird rule, right?
Yep. So, like I said, 55 species of snakes, 6 of them are venomous. So, 2 out of the 6 are only found up in northern Florida, up in the Panhandle. That's the southern copperhead and the timber rattlesnake, which down here in Florida they also call the canebrake rattlesnake.
Okay.
So we don't
only
need to worry
found
about
up in the
those.
Panhandle. Not really, but the other 4 found throughout. Most common one you're going to run into, pygmy rattlesnake. Small, kind of gray, blackish, some spotting. Pygmy, because they're very small, only get about 15 inches long as an adult. Record length's like 30 inches.
Okay.
Rattle so small that when they're rattling, you don't hear anything.
Oh,
It might
how
sound
are
like-
you going to know they're warning you?
And they bite a lot of people in the state, especially kids, because Kids love to go chase those little knoll lizards around. Pygmy rattlesnakes love to eat those knoll lizards. That's one of their main diets. So kid goes reaching into a bush, down into a hole to grab a lizard. That snake's sitting there waiting for his meal. He doesn't know the difference between a hand or a lizard. And then macho men who think they can handle a rattlesnake get bit by them as well, picking them up. Next one, of course, a lot of water here in Florida, cottonmouth, water moccasin. Everybody knows about those. Big black snake, lives in or around the water. You could tell it's a cottonmouth. He's got 2 brown stripes on either side of his face. Looks like he's got a little beige mask on. And when he feels scared or threatened, he's going to go up real tight, flash open his mouth at you. And the white lining on the inside is where he gets the name cottonmouth. There's like a bunch of cotton balls in his mouth. And that's a warning to you. That's him saying, hey, I'm a dangerous snake. Don't come near me. Then the third one, eastern diamondback rattlesnake. The largest
we know that
granddaddy of the woods. I mean,
Scary thing.
They can get up to 8 feet long. Huge. Don't run into them too often. Very deep in the piney woods. They actually like to spend a lot of their time underground in the gopher tortoise burrows that we have here in the state of Florida. And then the eastern coral snake. Where's he going?
He's going in the glass.
Up the glass?
There you go. Yeah. These guys climb really, really well.
Yeah, look at him.
I'm impressed.
Oh, my word.
He wrapped around
He's on the equipment. Okay. Perfect. It's fine. It's
All right.
fine.
Well, you
It's
can have
fine.
that. That's yours now.
He works here now. So, but I have black racers in my yard all the time. You take the cover off the grill. I should make sure he's okay first. Right? Like I'm still carrying on the covers.
You're good.
Yeah. So what, you
If you want, you can go ahead and put him away.
Yeah,
It's all good.
definitely. Yeah, I'm good.
I
I'm
think
good with
we've
you
seen
putting him
enough
away.
of that.
Yeah.
But if you're just listening to this, what a cool pattern.
He's
though.
beautiful.
I
He's
mean,
really beautiful.
White with like a kind of a black speckle.
He does. He looks like
camo.
cookies and cream ice cream.
He does.
So
looks like
they
cookies and
actually
cream.
call him a cow snake or a paradoxal. So that just means he's a mixture of albino, leucistic, piebald, a bunch of different stuff. And he was born in captivity to look like that.
Yeah.
So in the industry, we call those designer snakes. People pay thousands upon thousands of dollars to get a snake like that. And the big thing with that is that if you don't know how to take care of it well, people feed them live mouse and rats and stuff. A live mouse or rat doesn't want to die that day you throw them in the tank to get eaten, so they fight for their life. Your snake gets bit and you don't know how to take care of it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's your
Have
money
you ever
down the
been
drain.
bitten?
By what?
Be more specific.
How many times have you been bitten?
Snakes, yes. Non-venomous snakes, like rat snakes, black racers, and things like that. It happens in the industry. Alligators, a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it too much.
Hold 'em
but
up. Hold 'em
all
up.
9. All 9. All 9. There you go. I got all 10. I mean, us at Gatorland that handle the alligators and all the animals, we pride ourselves in being very safe and doing everything as much as possible. But it happens. You work with
it's a
dangerous
wild
animals.
animal.
It's going to happen at some point, and you make that mistake, you learn from that mistake really quick.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
I bet you do.
But those snakes, so the eastern coral snake, because this is the most confusing one, and everybody talks about it. There's a rhyme that goes with it to help you remember.
Yes.
Okay, you probably heard it as a kid, passed down generation, red, yellow, and black. So if red touches black, it's a friend of Jack's. If red touches yellow, kills a fellow or deadly fellow. So the red pattern has to touch the yellow pattern in order for it to be an eastern coral snake. If it's not happening, it's an imposter snake. So we have one here in Florida called the scarlet king snake that looks just like the coral snake.
Yeah.
And it's the same pattern, but the colors are switched around. Even easier than trying to remember that rhyme, because everybody gets it confused.
Yeah.
Black is going to be the very first color on the nose of the eastern coral snake.
Okay, that's easier because I'm always like, red and black kills Jack. What is he dead? Crap.
What did
Okay,
Jack
exactly.
do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. And then the eastern coral snakes, they spend their time underground as well. But they have really, really small fangs. So in order for them to inject their venom into whatever they get a hold of, they literally have to chew on it.
Oh.
So bites to humans,
Not common.
not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all with any of these
Okay.
snakes. No. So.
Yeah, I'm just not going to, I don't know. I envision myself coming across one and go like, now what colors or I'm just out.
Yeah, you're not going to touch it
No,
either
but
way.
kind of just the black at the nose is probably
Yeah, most of the
something
time when we find a snake, what are we doing? We're kind of interrupting their pattern. Snakes
Yeah.
going from point A to point B. We just happen to be the C that walks in the middle.
Yeah.
Probably your best tool, especially around the house on your pool patios or your porch or whatever. Best tool to get rid of a snake, push broom. Just take a broom, broom them away. They go on their merry way.
Yeah, I was asking. Black racers are everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
you just
definitely.
see them and
Very
you lift
common.
it, but they still scare you because you
do.
aren't expecting to see them.
They do, and for a black racer, they're very bitey. They love to bite. That's just what they do, but that's their defense. So they're quick to bite, but they're very fast, and they, most of the time go away.
Yeah, but don't kill them, right?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I get the fears. I understand it,
Yeah,
especially.
just let 'em go.
You know, we do.
They're not
but,
gonna hurt you.
no, not at all. And you know, one thing about venomous snakes throughout the entire world, all species, you chop their head off, within 24 hours, they can still bite and inject their venom into whatever picks them up. They have a reflex action.
Now,
perfect.
I've never heard that.
Yep.
What?
It's true.
Okay, because that's what, like, you know, back in the day, you'd just take a shovel and separate it.
Yep.
But it'll still
That
get you.
head
But
is
it's
still...
it's a reflex action. They can still bite and inject their venom because most of the venomous snakes, their venom is stored up in the cheeks and the venom glands. So
True
it's still there.
story?
True story.
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas next year. Brandon
Oh my
Fisher, you're
gosh.
fantastic. I bet you're wonderful at parties. We got to have him on again.
I was just going to
Let's do
say,
it.
please come back.
Anytime,
Bring
let's
some
do it.
more friends
Bring a
with you.
bear
too.
in.
Definitely. If I had one, no.
Thank you so much for coming in. This was awesome. This is another edition of Florida's Fourth Estate. My name's Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden.
Have a great week.
That was fantastic.
Oh, man, one of my
Oh, my
favorites.
gosh.
That was great.
That was amazing.